Hi, so today we're at the Rubin Museum and we're looking at this sacred site that is captured in a photograph by artist Lisa Ross.
Some of the things that I see is the very distinctive light going through the little opening. It kind of reminds me of baby Jesus, like when he was being born into the world, or the Lion King when Simba is coming out. And it kind of reminds me of a higher power, or a spirit being shown out from where it was.
Also, the fact that that window seems to be the only light source, it kind of makes me think that it's the only way for someone to get in, which kind of gives it an importance, because no one can get in and no one can get out. So whatever is in that place must be really significant.
Building off of that, specifically the idea of them coming out, it's or whatever is being highlighted by that sacred light is now able to come out through that same portal that you noticed, the window.
My attention is drawn directly to the green cloth in the center of the piece. Not only is it in the center, but it is being directly highlighted by the single light source.
The single light source kind of reminds me of a godly / spiritual presence, in paintings and past pieces of work. Whenever there's a bright light presence, there's usually a God presence, and it has some sort of religion attached to it.
I would like to draw the attention to the bowls at the bottom. It's if they're giving sacrifices, I don't know, food maybe, or offerings.
It's cool how we have the light that you're talking about, the sacred spirit kind of thing, but at the same time we have that green fabric-y material that brings us back to the human realm, and also these offerings that are kind of that in between, oh, is it the human giving it to the gods? Is it us humans giving the offering to the saints? There's a connection of all these worlds.
The light source seems to be so dominant that you almost lose sight of the details under it, which would be this blotch of blue color, and there's also a spark of light coming in through one of the cracks.
And it kind of just shows that even though there's colors on the floor, the green and the blue, as you had pointed out before, that there's a blue speck and a light coming through the crack, and it kind of just shows that even though this is a place where they have a tomb, and this is where they kind of worship or praise to this person, you could still have that way of trying to get out, or that hope of ever escaping or leaving.
Talking about the hope, I feel without the light in the picture, it would just be someone trapped in a box sort of thing, because the light is the only way out, and you can tell that it's a closed area and it's deep inside, so you don't know where the place is and stuff. So I feel as a person, sometimes we feel ourselves trapped, and we look towards religion and God for that light to keep us going.
I think this tomb is really old, because there's cracks on the walls on the right side, which makes me think that it's really aged, and it's really sacred to a lot of people.
Yeah, it definitely feels aged, and there's the sacred quality to it, and also the ideas that we were just talking about, how you're kind of, it feels you're almost making a prayer, or it feels you're looking for some kind of god or saint to speak with. But it's kind of about, usually when people seek these saints, they seek them for very human things. For example, if you were ill, then you might seek a specific saint in order to cure your illness. Or if you had problems with your feet, there are people who would leave their shoes at a specific sacred site dedicated to a certain saint that would then bring them relief from their pains. So it's kind of cool to see the age in this space, and how people from centuries and centuries would always go to these saints for human problems that they seek help with.
So does anyone have any last minute thoughts?
The three rag colors, the red, the green, and the blue, kind of show us how big this place is, and how the red in the back shows that there's like the background is far back, and then the green in the middle shows like that's where your eye is supposed to be focused, and then the blue on the bottom like just gives a sense of foreground, so it's like foreground, middle ground, background.
Yeah, that diagonal kind of gives you like the sense of space, like where are you in this scene?
So thank you for watching our video.
Bye.